On to your markets news now. Asian markets ended today's session mixed. This as they digested U.S. producer price inflation data out of the United States, as well as an official announcement by Chinese authorities on the possibility of further fiscal stimulus measures. The Nikkei share average closed up 0.6%. The Hang Seng Index declined by 0.75%, while the Shanghai Composite Index continued on its winning streak, gaining 2.07%. Over in the United States, stocks posted positive gains on Friday, with the Dow Jones and S&P 500 registering yet further all-time highs. This was on the back of strong earnings from key banks, which was a good start to the third quarter earnings reporting season. Despite tech heavyweight Tesla falling by 8.8% following its robo-taxi event, the Nasdaq still managed to end in slightly positive territory. The Dow Jones Industrial Average climbed 0.97%. The S&P 500 gained 0.6%, while the Nasdaq Composite Index ended the session up 0.33%. A quick look at the local indicators. The all-share index is up 0.8% at 86,150 index points. The rand is trading at 17.51 against the US dollar, 22.86 vis-a-vis the British pound, and 19.13 against the euro. Gold is trading at $2,659 an ounce, while platinum is trading at $978 a fine ounce, while Brent crude oil is trading at $77.22 a barrel. Gary Boyston is a portfolio manager at Rand Swiss, and he joins us to break down the markets for us. Very good afternoon, Gary. So the US third quarter earnings have kicked off on a winning streak on Friday at least. What does that then mean, like in terms of what you can expect the earnings season to look like in the United States and how it's going to influence global markets?
Yeah, so if you have a look at the US earnings season, we're only expecting third quarter profits to increase by 4.3%. So that's actually one of the lowest amounts in the last couple of years. So we've seen a lot of analysts reducing their forecasts. A lot of the growth is expected to come from the more typical AI stocks, the likes of the Magnificent Seven. You're talking Tesla, Alphabet, Meta, and the likes, Microsoft, etc. Essentially, if you look at the balance of the S&P 500, you're only expecting around 1.8% growth in earnings from them. So we are expecting almost a more subdued earnings season, but the first companies to report are usually the banks. So on Friday, we had JP Morgan, we had Wells Fargo, and they really do feed into expectations around what potentially can happen in the earnings season, because they are so intricate to the US economy. And what they reported in their numbers was that they're not seeing the slowdown that many people expect. Credit card spending remains high, debit card transactions remain high. And they were saying that the idea of the soft landing is looking very, very good, and potentially there could be no landing at all. So if that is the case, and we see the increase in interest rates that we've seen not having a material impact on the US economy, that will be very, very positive, and the expectations around earnings might be too low. In that case, hopefully we're in for a little bit of a Santa rally as we close the year.
We wait and see. So Chinese investors don't appear to be very happy about the announcement that was made by Chinese authorities about further stimulus. What did the Chinese ministry undertake to actually do?
I think that's the question everyone's asking. So everyone has been expecting, a raft of stimulus measures to come through, and the announcement that we had over the weekend, it just wasn't heavy. It lacked clarity. There just wasn't enough detail to really explain to markets at a granular level, what measures would be taken. I think everyone was hoping for, certainly like tangible support for the property market, specific support around the Chinese consumer as well, and it was just absent of details. There was no mention of the scale of the spending that would be undertaken, and I think that really does concern markets, just with the opaque nature of the announcement that we've had so far. So I think everyone looking for a little bit more clarity, a little bit firmer details. There were definitely commitments to increase the stimulus measures, but just how we don't know at this stage.
Well, as you always tell us, markets don't like uncertainty. So interesting to see that the oil price has actually dipped a tad today. That's despite climate disruptions in the US Gulf and also the ongoing tensions in the Middle East.
Yeah, absolutely. Another market that is plagued by uncertainty at the moment. So, yeah, at the moment, I think that, we did see, cyber attacks across Iran, specifically targeting their government facilities.
Sorry, Gary. I have to intervene there. We are now crossing to another story. But thank you so much for your time and insights, as always.